Hello and welcome to another edition of Jaime's Take, where I go over for you Manhattan's rental statistics. The newest rent statistics that are out are for the month of September, and I'll be going over those today. I'm always available to give you the Corcoran report. You only need to ask, and I can share this report that I'll be going over with you today. So, in terms of what's going on, in September, the rental market is said to be moderating a little bit. There are some increases in inventory and a really big decrease in the number of leases signed in the month of September. Now, seasonally in New York City, August is the bang, boom, bust month, and it tends to drop off quite substantially after that point. And we did see a very significant drop in the amount of leases signed in the month of September compared to August. The big question is, did the median rent rise once again? Yes, it did. It went up another 2% to bring us to $44.50. The pain continues. Now, I think the decrease in leasing also is probably because people are, exhausted. They've reached their limits, and $44.50 is just, getting to the point where people are unable to handle that. So, combined with the seasonality and increasingly high numbers, these are the trends that we're seeing. We have seen an increase in inventory. I've been seeing it in my landlord listings, and it looks like for now there is a 0.2% increase, which is actually, for a 13-month period, the highest we've seen in terms of inventory. So, what do I think is going to happen? What's my forecast? I think we're seeing the death knell of the top of the curve here. I think we're definitely going to get into the winter months, which has slowing. We are seeing a few concessions, like no fee or 1 month. We're seeing that typically only so far on luxury units. I think that will probably grow a little bit as we go into the winter months, where we have a concomitant increase in inventory, and we're not seeing as many renters on the streets, so we're seeing landlords that are willing to negotiate. So let's take a moment to look at the Corcoran report, and I'll share it with you here. All right, so let's have a look at the data. So the number of leases signed is down 44% from the previous month, which is just absolutely huge. It's down 32% from the previous year. The number of leases in non-doorman buildings actually dropped rather substantially, and it's actually as low as it was at the outset of the pandemic, which is kind of fascinating to me. I think it says something about how people feel about their experience in the city and whether they want to have a doorman or not. Like I said, the pain continues with the new median rate. Again, another high at $44.50. This is an increase of 2% from the previous month and 35% from this time last year. Those are the trends right there as we are seeing them over the past 3 years. So in looking at rent by bedroom, we're looking at the averages here. And again, year over year, as I'm saying, they're still going up across all unit types. So last month, the month of August, we had 5,700 possible active listings. Again, this is a bit of an increase here at 5,898. I mean, it's the highest number we've seen in a long time. Visible vacancy is up 0.2%. We're at 2.23, which is the highest we've seen in 13 months. This is fantastic. This should help get some of those pricing down. Days on market is high, so we're looking at more time on market, especially for condos and co-ops. Now, leases signed by neighborhood. People are definitely leasing on the Upper East Side. They are definitely leasing in Midtown West. They're definitely and very interested in Financial District. Now, for the average rent by neighborhood, we are seeing the ones with stars, which is the Upper West Side, Soho, Tribeca, and East Village with Lower East Side. Those have new records. Now, we saw about 5 of them, these stars, last time. Now we're seeing 3. And the financial district, I mean, the Soho Tribeca area has been so popular. People are dying to get into it. So where should you go if you're really looking at this data? For the first time, we're seeing two areas in the city which are having over 3%. This is such a long time since we've seen this. If you are looking for an apartment, you're going to see the most inventory in Midtown East and Midtown West. You're probably going to have your most flexibility there. Murray Hill, Kips Bay is also looking great. I would also suggest the East Side. East Village sometimes has some good availability. And Chelsea and Flatiron. I mean, the pricing is high, but there is some availability there. So my most recent rental that I did was on West 112th Street in Morningside Heights. That was just over a week ago. Competition was still there. One needed to turn in applications by hand to this particular landlord. I raced there on my bicycle for this dear sweet couple who really wanted a third floor unit that we had set eyes on there. And somebody had applied hours before us. We got, quick, and we adapted, and we decided to take a similar unit in the building. We applied on that, and we got lucky. The first applicant that was taking potentially the unit that we wanted backed away. That's a really good sign that people are still nervous and applying on a lot of, or more than one unit at once in the hopes of ensuring that they get accepted and have a home. Luckily for these people, either way, either the second or third floor unit was going to work out for them. There was definitely competition from other agents. While I was there, somebody brought in a competing application, which made me very nervous. And that was Morningside Heights in West 112th, one bedroom, 3,400. The landlord is a broker as well, so it was definitely a co-broke fee situation at 12%. So a lot of these prices are not sliding yet. If you're looking for a 2-bed in Brooklyn, I have one for $3,850 in a townhouse. It's amazing to see that those prices are sticking and definitely garnering attention even there. So, the work on the street is still, requiring one to be quick, flexible, adaptive, willing to make concessions or to consider them. A lot of competition still there, even in Morningside Heights. This game has not suddenly gotten easier because some of these numbers have slipped. I think come November, December, we'll see a little more here. So if you can stretch out your time in order to get that apartment, you might get a little more savings. As always, I'm willing to share this report with you. It's just a simple link. Do reach out with your questions. I'm very happy to help anybody, get a sense of the market right now, understand what kind of requirements they might need. And at the end of the day, I'm hoping I'm sharing information with you that is going to be useful on your apartment search, whether you work with me or not. That's always okay. So I hope you learned something today. As always, press like and subscribe. We'll see you on my next video.